Yo, what's going on, peeps? Derek here, bringing you another Top 10 Tuesday. What we guys are doing today is we had to do our favorite sleaze slash exploitation films, which I have a few titles in my list that might be not full on sleaze, so I tried to do like a little exploitation run. And I got a mixture of newer titles and older titles, and I hope you enjoy it. First up at number 10, we got a nunsploitation film from the year 1974, and that's Flavia The Heretic. Now, with like most nuns exploitation films, they do explore a lot of like sexual like things in them with not with Flavia herself, but there's a lot of other like sleaze going on around her. She does end up like letting her emotions go and fulfilling them. It's a really interesting film and character study, and Florenda Bolkin, I probably butchered the hell out of that. She does a really good job in this film, and it does have its sleaze aspect to it, like most nuns exploitation films do. So Flavia the Heretic at number 10. Now this one I got for you guys at number 9 is a mixture of like Nazi exploitation and sexploitation, and this is a limited edition Vinegar Syndrome Cutthroats, and as you can see, it's rated X. Group of like soldiers actually take prisoner a bunch of Nazi women, and they try to withhold their desires to have sex with these Nazi women, but it doesn't go out so well for them. Yeah, this is a very like weird and interesting like exploitation film from the late '60s, and it's fun, kind of weird and bizarre, but I enjoyed it. Cutthroats at number 9. Number 8, we got one of our newer films, and I actually just watched this one recently. It's from the Sleaze box, so it fits. And it's Naughty Dirty Nasty with their usual star there, Crystal Pixie Adams. And what this film interprets is it's like this weird, like dreamlike fantasy world that is overseen by like this demon in the film, and Crystal Pixie Adams is the one going through like all these sexual endeavors. There's a lot of sex in this film, a lot of sleaze, graphic as you can tell by the cover, you know. Yeah, so that's a number 8. Naughty Dirty Nasty. Won't be the last time you'll see the sleaze box on this list. Number 7, we got. Are we at number 7? Yeah, we're at number 7. I never count, ever. There's a French flick from. When did this come out? Oh, it came out in 2000. That's Baise Moy. Now, this is a really graphic film, I have to say, with a lot of graphic sex scenes in it. Like these two girls, they flee Paris. They end up meeting up and having like these sexual encounters with dudes, and just going on like a killing spree. It's really graphic because I heard like from Mood's review of this that how graphic this was, but I wasn't really sure, and then I was like, holy shit. These girls are great actresses, I'll give them that. Yeah, so Baise Moy at number 7. Number 6, we got from the king of Euro Sleaze himself. It's a cannibal flick. Jess Franco's Devil Hunter. Now, I wanted to put a shout out to Jess Franco on this list. I own a few of his films. Some of them are not really like full-blown sleazy, the ones I've owned, but there's a little sleaze in them. This one has a lot of graphic nudity in it and stuff. It's it's not actually a really good film. It's fun to watch though, and yeah, Jess Franco's Devil Hunter #6. If you like a cannibal flicks, it comes in a box set. I recommend you grab it. Or you could actually, yeah, I think this is actually on Blue now with like a double feature. But the box set's pretty cool too. Either way, just check it out. It's a film you have to see to believe. Alright, at #5, we got another film starring Crystal Pixie Adams. And it's Scumbags. Crystal Pixie Adams plays like this girl who's like, she gets fired from her job. She meets this guy who ends up being like this weird like crystal meth addict, and she ends up getting kidnapped by him and living in his like hotel room and doing things for money, and ends up like, it's just wicked like sleazy and depraved, the film in general. I won't really ruin it for you. It has a lot of like explicit scenes in it and some crazy shit going on, and like nudity and full on like madness, especially with the 3 characters that she ends up meeting. Very interesting film, Scumbags, at #5. Yep, #5. #4, we got David Hess classic from Ruggero Deodato, House at the End of the Park. You gotta actually have any David Hess film in this film because they all have their sleaze aspects, like especially like the ones from like Hitchhike or Last House on the Left. He's just a sleazy looking dude in general, and this is one that best represents him in my opinion. His House at the End of the Park, because I actually like this better than Last House on the Left. It's wicked sleazy, and who else is in this? Giovanni Lombardo Radice is what's his name in the film? Ricky. Yeah, good performances and stuff. I like the aspect, and that cover is awesome. House by the Edge of the Park at #4. #3, we got a film I did in my 31 Days of Horror series, and that is Fernando Di Leo's Slaughter Hotel. For a first time watch for me, this film stuck with me because there's a lot of graphic like sex going on in this film. Like one girl in particular is like starts finger banging herself, and it actually shows it like full on like vag going on and stuff, and I wasn't expecting it to happen in the film, and it just stuck with me, and like the killer's motive, and it has like that Euro sleaze grindhouse feel to it, and great performances, especially by Klaus Kinski. It definitely has its sleazy moments in this film, and like some, not all giallos, but a lot of giallos during like this era had like their own like sleaze aspects to them, and this is definitely one of them, and it's one that stuck with me because of the scenes in the film. So Slaughter Hotel at #3. #2, we got the last new film. This is actually a 2015 film, and it goes by the title of Death Squad Service. Movies, like the plot and like the acting of this film, not really the greatest. But the way I have this in my list at #2 is for the kills themselves. A lot of great like kill scenes and stuff, and It really sticks with you. It has a lot of graphic sex and nudity in it. The effects are by Marcus Koch, who actually I'm a big fan of like his effects and actually of his directed stuff too. I actually reviewed all three of the directed films that he directed in my channel, and yeah, it was just cool. And the soundtrack for this is actually really like awesome. It has a lot of like Italian references in it and stuff. I actually own the soundtrack. I actually bought it. That's how much I like the soundtrack of this film. And it has one of the brutalest death scenes I ever seen, and I actually cringed during it. So I do recommend everyone check out Death Score Service. It's not for everyone. I do recommend it for like the low budget horror films because the acting is really tedious at times with actually most of the Sleazebox titles. So yeah, check out Death Score Service. Awesome film. And at number one, we got another film like my last week from my favorite director of all time, Lucio Fulci, and that is The New York Ripper. Everything about this film screams sleaze, and like there's some like sex shows, and some characters are like in the film like the main like one of the main like characters. He has like a mistress who's a prostitute, and one guy listens to like his wife moaning and gets him off, and just really interesting and stuff. And just the New York setting alone sets up the sleaziness of this film, and like the controversial kills and stuff. And yeah, Fulci did good with this film. I really enjoy this one. The killer actually sounds like Donald Duck in the film too, which is fucking hilarious the first time I watched it. Yeah, New York Ripper, number one. Fulci lives. Alright guys, that's all I got from my list this week. I'll see you next Tuesday. And make sure you check everyone else's lists. So, peace out.